Just, hi, we're live. Hi, everybody. My name is Lacey McCarty. This is Cody Lewis. We're giggling because we've got a new camera set up today. We're not really sure about it, but we're happy to be here. We are so excited because today we are going to be talking about the rent versus buy conversation when it comes to not only realtors who are going to be watching us, but also people who are thinking about buying in Las Vegas or moving to Las Vegas. Cody is my mentor. We collaborate on a lot of stuff. He's amazing, and he focuses on doing a lot of mentorship and coaching for agents, which is amazing. I learned a lot from him. So what we have been trying to do, and I think maybe I'm gonna have you explain it better than me, but we're trying to like bring the realtor community and the buyers and sellers of the world together. Because why does everybody think we're operating in like secret rooms or something?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's this perception out there that realtors have these secret meetings and talk about the clients and almost like how to manipulate the clients.
Yeah.
And they're really good. I mean, maybe there are some doing that, but the really good agents are certainly not doing that. And the conversations that we're having as agents are the same pieces of information. We're having those conversations so that we can educate clients the right way.
Right.
So clients should be a part of the conversation to begin with.
Yeah. So today we're doing this for both audiences. So we have Cody's audience, which is filled with amazing agents all over Las Vegas and around the world, honestly, who want to learn from you, like I have. Thank you. And then we've got people who are thinking about moving to Vegas or who might be on my channel who are considering, looking at what home ownership would be for their life. The rent versus buy conversation is probably the number one thing that I talk about with my clients, because I do work with about 95% of my clientele are relocation clientele, which is really cool. It's awesome to be part of that journey.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of agents don't necessarily work with as much with relocation as I do, but that rent to own conversation renting versus buying is a big conversation anyway, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think a lot of agents have a hard time kind of expressing to their client without sounding like they're pressuring them or without sounding like they're trying to hurry up and get a sale, the realities of what it means to kind of wait if you're thinking about waiting to buy. So the conversation for my clientele who might be watching, which by the way, if you are thinking about moving to Vegas, I'm going to do a little plug here. Let's see. I got to make sure I'm operating us on this computer. Scan this code if you are watching from my channel. If you're thinking about moving to Vegas, I would love to set up a call with you and chat. And then if you are a realtor, I'm going to put a QR code up in a few minutes for you to do the same thing with Cody. You can learn from him. We've all learned from him, and he's the best. Honestly, the best. He's just the best. Okay. So for me, the conversation from a relocation perspective when it comes up is largely based on they don't know Las Vegas. They don't know the area. But most agents have a different version of that conversation. What are they seeing for people who are living here in Vegas or in whatever city they're serving?
Well, so there's many reasons that somebody would be reluctant to buy and would just continue to rent.
Right.
I will tell you the one that I see the most is just that's what they're used to. Mm-hmm. That's what they're comfortable with. And so there's a lot of people who have rented for a long time. It's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of a mentality. Yeah. But what they're not realizing is that lots of times, if you look at the numbers, which I love to do as a numbers guy.
He's a spreadsheet, walking spreadsheet, yes.
It actually is broke, and they don't realize that it's broken. Yeah. And there's, financially speaking, a better alternative for them to be doing.
Well, and the news media and content creators, and everybody has an opinion, right? Especially about how to use your money and where to best get the return on investment, which is amazing. I love that there's so much information, but the negative connotation related to real estate because of the crash that happened in 07, 08, or all of that, along with just people thinking real estate is a fast, quick turn on your money. That's not really what real estate is meant for, not in most cases. So I think that confuses people in a big way. We have some really cool information that we're going to share with you today about the cost of waiting. Cody, this was a client of yours, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So
true story.
To give you guys just a lay of the land, if you're watching us live, please do us a favor and interact with us in the comments. Drop it. I like to say, drop it like it's hot in the comment box below. We love talking to you. We are going to make some time for questions in a little while. So please drop it in there. And we are not here to sell you on buying. We just want you to have the information so you can make the right decision. And for the realtors who are watching, this is information that I have personally learned from working with this man and also working with every single buyer considering renting versus buying. So we're hoping that both audiences are going to get a lot of good stuff. So the agenda for the rest of the meeting today is kind of the live stream. This is a meeting for us. Is going to be we're going to run through the cost of waiting. Cody's got some amazing analytics and stats and stuff that we're going to share with you. There's a real, what did they lose? Your client left what, $25,000 or something?
About 24,000 is what we calculated. It was the estimate. Yeah.
So we're going to story time, little story time with Cody here. And then after that, we're going to walk through a couple of things and I'll explain what I say most of the time to anybody who's considering, so they can just, consider both sides. And hopefully that'll help you if you're considering moving and renting first, and also realtors if they need some help with that script for their clients. So
I think it's also important just to mention before we jump into the story is that sometimes you'll do the analysis and it does make sense to rent. It's not like 100% of the time that you should be buying. It's just that what we see as realtors who are professionals and work with these kinds of situations every day is that we see that this propensity to act too slowly.
Yes.
And people, that FOMO, the fear of missing out is real, because if you're renting when the market is appreciating, you're missing out on that.
Yeah. This story that he told me knocked my socks off. I mean, and I've seen it as well, but I'm not a walking spreadsheet like Cody is. And so he does a great job of showing it with the numbers. So I'm going to drive here on the computer. Sure. I am looking at a computer, by the way, so a very dirty computer. Ew. So kick it off. Give us some story time. So story time with Cody Lewis, the MBA farmer. If you're a realtor watching, you better be subscribing to his channel. We got some fun stuff coming. Okay, give it this scoop.
All right, so you're gonna give me the slide, so
I'm gonna give it to you. Here. Oh, hold on, let me get that one to go away.
The client approached me, and at the time, this was in December of 2022. The house price of the houses he was looking at were right in the 590 range. And at the time, the interest rate was 6.5% roughly, which would have given him a payment of around $3,029 something. And he said, no, I am going to wait. And so I said, well, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Sorry, I had to do it. Sorry.
Well, I just wanted to know, like, what is the target that we're trying to shoot at here? So you can go to the next slide.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm not driving very well. Here we go.
All right, so the client said he was waiting for it to go down to 5%. He wanted to go down by 1.5% on the rate. And so we did the quick math, and that would have given him a payment of around $25.38. So it's about a $450 difference in his monthly payment, which
that's a big deal.
That is significant, right? If I could choose between 6.5% and 5%, I'd choose 5% too.
Well, and I think a lot of people right now, with the rates being a little quote unquote higher than they would like it to be, I think a lot of people right now are waiting for that exact scenario. So this is really perfect. Okay, let me try this.
Yeah, again. I mean, that's probably where rates are, is in mid sixes right now. Maybe slightly lower than that, but okay. So anyway, so we said, okay, let's wait for that to occur.
Yep. Let me go to the next slide. Yes.
And during the 24 months from December of 22 to December of 24, that same house that he was looking at went from 590-ish to 650-ish.
Wow.
So it increased by almost $60,000 during that 24 months. And that's not like an insane appreciation rate. I mean, it's healthy.
It's healthy, yeah.
It's not like it was crazy. And the point was that at the time he had no idea that that's what was going to happen.
Right. Well, yeah, crystal balls are a little foggy when it comes to people who, everybody. Yeah.
So he forewent $2,400 a month of appreciation, and he was saving $450 a month. So that's a $1,975 difference. So he was actually losing $1,975 a month.
Wow.
Versus if he had just bought in December of 2022.
That's painful. I'm getting rid of this slide immediately. Wow. So now what some people, naysayers, if you will, would say to us looking at that, yeah, but you don't know if it's ever going to go up and the market's going to crash. And then also they would talk about how you're putting most of that upfront money into principal, or not principal, but mostly interest in the beginning when you purchase a home. Does that apply to kind of what we were talking about before we went live?
Yeah. Well, so you want me to give you the numbers I was telling you?
Yeah.
So I'm super curious to hear, because I don't know if I've ever actually heard you do this with a client. Okay. I'm super curious to hear kind of what you explain.
I don't do it this way. I'm gonna maybe start doing it this way.
Let me tell you kind of how I go through it with them, right? So right now, median home price, let's just say it's right around 475.
It's 485, but yes.
I know, but just for the math I did, let's go with 475. So at around 6.5%, 6.6, I think is what I calculated it at. That's going to give you a principal and interest payment of around $2,400 a month.
Okay.
Okay, so that sounds like, okay, that's my cost of my housing to have.
And that's about what rent is right now for a 2-bedroom apartment actually is $2,400 a month. Right
Yeah,
now.
well, and it depends on the area.
Right.
But for a house that's $475 in that kind of a value, I bet you the rents are even higher.
No,
than that.
no, for sure. $475 and in one of the areas that everybody's looking to for sure. Yeah.
But the point is that the way amortization works, and you stop me if I start getting down
All right.
into the numbers.
If you get too spreadsheety, if it sounds like math class, I'm going to stop you. Go ahead.
I know that there are some analysts watching out there that want to hear
Yeah.
all the analysis.
All right, before you go too deep on this, my name is Lacey. This is Cody. We're here talking about the rent versus buy conversation. And we have both agents, like realtors, who Cody mentors and educates through his classes, as well as people who are considering moving to Vegas who might be watching on my channel. And we are bringing both of you guys together so that you know that there's no secrecy, that we're trying to give everybody the same information because we believe this is a conversation for everyone. So if it gets too mathy, which is going to get there real quick, I'm going to let you know, we're going to stop it. But please give us questions in the comment box, or if you disagree, let us know. Let's get into it. Okay, go.
Okay, I'll keep it high level.
Okay,
so
I'm like a little
I'll
nervous,
try
but
not
it's
to go
good.
into the weeds. So that $2,400 a month is actually, part of it is principal reduction, meaning the balance of your loan is being decreased by it. And the other part is interest. Now, in the beginning, because more money has been deployed by the lender,
Right.
the amount going to interest is higher than like your first payment, it's way higher. Your last payment that you make on a mortgage is mostly principal and only a little bit of interest because the balance has come down, right?
And for buyers and sellers, for anybody listening who's thinking about buying who is not in this industry, first of all, that's a lot. And we should have had that on a screen. But the reason I say that real estate is not meant usually to be a quick flip, short-term investment is because of that fact right there. Is most of your money will be made back to you over the long run, towards the end or middle towards the end, right?
Yeah. Well, so like even on the first payment when I calculated it, that $2,400 a month, 340 of that is going to principal reduction, which means that 2,060 of it is the interest cost.
Right.
So in a way, you can think about it. It's like taking money out of your right pocket and putting it in your left pocket. Now you can't get to that equity unless you sell the house, but it's yours, right? You're reducing the balance of the mortgage loan that you have. And so I like to think about that as though like it's really costing you that $2,000 a month.
Okay, I'll say it again and just bullet it for me because I understand it, but
so really what the comparison you're making is it's not renting for $2,900 a month versus owning for $2,400 a month. Because that rent's going to be $2,900 or $3,000 a month. It's actually really truly costing you $2,000 a month because of the principal payment. Part of that payment is going right back to you. Right. See, that was a bulleted version of it. See, I didn't even have to say anymore. I said no other numbers and we still got the message. So I'm hoping that makes sense. But the goal for us here is we're not trying to convince you to buy. I mean, we would love for you to buy. We do believe it's the best thing for you to do when it comes to investing for real estate versus renting. But the thing that comes up with all of this is, again, the negative news. People are always, I don't know, or for realtors, I don't know what to say. I don't want to feel like I'm selling someone on. I don't want to sell somebody. I just want them to call me when they need me and then we'll move forward. So what I say to people when they call, and it's largely because they don't know the area, which is a very understandable reason as to why you would want to rent for the first year. First and foremost, I just say totally get it, right? If you're thinking about moving here and you're going to rent first because you genuinely don't know the area, understandable. Do you have the ability to come to town prior to your moving so that we can do some discovery and some riding around, and I can give you some tools that'll help you start to become familiar with the city. Secondly, I am an expert on Las Vegas. I know every area of town. I'm very familiar. I've actually moved more times than anybody should ever move in their entire life. And I've lived in just about every single neighborhood in the city. So that's not me guaranteeing I'm going to find what's perfect for you. But with someone like me in your pocket, with my expertise by your side, I hope and pray that that's going to elevate the trust and elevate the experience a little bit. I always just say, I'm never going to encourage you to buy a house in an area that I wouldn't want to live myself. And largely that's based on me getting to know the client and understanding what amenities do you want? What kind of life do you want to live here? Where do you work? What's important to you? And we kind of break it down. And it's not a process of expanding our search. It's a process of elimination. So if they are able to come in town and do a little riding around, I provide a self-guided city tour, and it's very easy to navigate, and I help the clients do a little touring around. I used to do 3-hour tours in my car. I now have back problems and sciatic
nerve problems, and I cannot sit in the car for 3 hours at a time. Plus, I also learned that people riding with the realtor to learn the area, or anybody like a tour guide, you're not paying attention to the road and you're not physically experiencing it. You're trying to have a conversation, which can be a little bit difficult, and you're not absorbing the information. So once the client kind of, I give them those two things, 2 or 3 things, and I just say, all of that being said, let's talk the numbers, right? It really, we don't know what's going to happen in the industry, but I know the trend. And actually, let's talk about that for a minute if we can. I think I was going to use this new outline. Look at that, fancy schmancy. So the median home price per square foot, everybody's talking about how Las Vegas has too much inventory right now, which we don't. We absolutely don't. Las Vegas, everyone's fleeing Las Vegas. That's not happening either. So the news is making it look and sound as if we're in trouble. And there are moments in our history where we've been in quote unquote trouble. But if you can look at this trend line and look at the median home price since 2001, all the way through last year, a year ago this month, doesn't look like there's a whole lot of the down. It's actually been mostly up, and it looks like it's trending up. And that's what we see going forward. The city of Las Vegas is not in a position right now. And I say this to people on the phone. We're not in a position to where people are pulling their money out of the city and running. There is more money in development right now in Las Vegas than there ever has been in the history of our city. So knowing that real estate's not meant to be a flip, not meant to be unless you're doing that, right? Knowing that this is a place that people are coming and it's booming and growing, and knowing how much growth we've seen, I would hate to see you have a $24,000 mistake 1 or 2 years later and or fall in love with the rental and like get too comfortable and not realize that there's so much more out there. So
Yeah.
that's sort of the gist. Every conversation's nuanced. Every conversation has to do with schools that you might want, or where you're working, or if you even have a job when you get here, all those other things. But the large thing is, I'm the expert. I'm going to lean in and let you know that you can trust that I will absolutely learn as much as I can about you to make sure that we're aligning you with where we should be looking. But in addition to that, Vegas isn't that big. And also you can explore it and get to know it on a trip or 2. And I think feel a lot more comfortable with that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, for me, $1,900 a month, that's worth it to me to take the risk,
There was a time in my career where I was representing mostly military clients. I was selling a lot of properties around Nellis and Creech.
Oh yeah.
And those guys were moving to Las Vegas, and sometimes they were moving into the house, and the first time they ever saw the house
was when you did
with their own eyes,
Handed the
when
keys.
they put the first box in the garage.
Whew.
And in the hundreds of real estate transactions that I did that way, I only one time had somebody later say, we just made a mistake. This isn't our house.
Yeah.
And so in that case, I just represented them at no cost.
Yeah.
And got them into a place that they wanted to be in. But the chances of that actually happening are actually really quite low.
Yeah. And I've done, and again, I work with 95 to 99% of my clientele are relocation. I've had probably, out of the hundreds of clients that we've helped, I would say maybe 1 or 2, and the one of them got a divorce right when they landed here. So they made a mistake in a different way. But the other one, just Las Vegas wasn't for them, and they liked Vegas to visit. They didn't want to live here. So they lost that fun excitement of being able to get away to Vegas. But they didn't sell the house. They kept the house. It's an investment now. And actually, oh my gosh, I heard from them about 2 weeks ago. They're now looking at selling it because they have so much equity 7 years later that they're going to use this to invest in something where they're moving overseas. So it's really, it's really a trust factor, right? We have to build that trust, but showcasing stories like what we just talked through, that $24,000 mistake, and talking through just the practicality of what's really happening in our market, I think are really important for everybody to understand. Okay.
Yeah, can we talk to realtors for just a second?
Please, yeah.
If you put that graph back up on there.
Which one? This one? Oh, this one?
That one, yeah.
Wait, let me do my new layout. Boom,
there you
look
go.
at us.
Bigger on the screen.
Yeah.
So if you look all the way to the right side of that graph, you'll see that there actually was a dip.
Yeah.
And that happened fairly recently.
Yep.
2023 still
2023.
feels very fresh to me.
Yeah.
And so I encourage realtors to really understand the fundamentals, because when that dip started to happen, everybody thought it was going to look like the left side of the screen.
Yeah.
Where it went, you can see that it went way below the average trend line there.
Yeah.
And when it was dipping like that, I made a few calls to a few of my investor clients and said, hey, I think this is going to come back up. And so I had a lot of investor clients buy down near the bottom of that dip. They're very happy that they did. I know that this is a rent versus buy, but these fundamentals are something that are really critical to the decision to rent versus buy. If we saw the same things happening in the market the same pressures and forces happening that we were seeing in 2005.
Right.
And I was very much in the business at that point, and I would recognize those in a second.
Right.
When we see those kinds of things, then I'll be myself getting out of real estate.
Well, that graph shows me, there's volatility is a real thing in any investment market of any kind. I mean, I always laugh. Our friend Jake, who you're interviewing, Jake, on Friday, actually, he's a crypto expert, really great guy. He's going to be talking about on not my channel. Sorry guys, but you should tune into the MBA Farmer channel. You're going to be interviewing about the blockchain and how it may affect our industry.
Yeah.
But we always joke, and he said, I only invest in crypto. And if I were to lay a crypto or even a stock market graph on top of that graph, it is like it's like a heart monitor versus the so again, there's no guarantees. We don't have our crystal ball. Listen, mine's not that foggy. I'm usually pretty good. I've actually been right a lot, but it doesn't mean that's always going to be the case. But what I do know is that in real estate specifically, the history has a tendency to showcase the future, and if you're smart enough to know how to describe it to your clients, you can make them feel comfortable about that. And I hope that those who are listening do feel comfortable. In fact, if you do, go ahead. I'm just going to throw a little thing up for me.
One of these live streams, I'm going to dig out this information because real estate tends to perform really well through a recession.
Oh,
when
absolutely.
the general market is receding, real estate tends to do really well. So there's lots of great stats on that we can get. And
a lot of people too are thinking about, well, I'm just going to wait until the rates drop. There's always the conversation, the rates are too high, or, oh, I'm seeing that there's a lot of price drops in Vegas. Looks like a crash is coming, or I'm seeing more inventory. I mean, there's so many, just everybody wants to take the negative approach, and that's fine. I'm just here shining that light is gonna outshine darkness all day long. So yes, those things are sometimes a moment of truth, but context and perspective, I think, is what you really need to keep in mind, and doesn't really come out like that when we look at the market. It's not really what it's correlating to. It's just a moment, or the way they're twisting the data, if you will. I almost sneezed, so I was like trying to hold back there. So let's go over to the, I'm going to throw, let's see, where did we go? The comments. Thank you guys for being here live. If you're watching live, please tell us where you're watching from. And if you're a realtor, or if you're a buyer or seller, or just someone who loves Vegas, or someone who just loves me, or maybe Cody, I guess Cody. If you are thinking about moving to Vegas, I'm going to do myself a favor here. Scan that QR code. Would love to talk to you. I really don't care if you're moving now, 10 years from now, or if you have no idea if Vegas is for you. I would love to be that voice to help you understand. And I'm always going to give it to you straight. So let's just be very real about that. And then I'll give you some love too, Cody, I guess. Now, I'm super proud of Cody. Cody, by the way, is kicking ass, my ass, actually, this month. I challenged Cody to go live with me, not with me, but like for both of us to go live every single Monday through Friday, the entire month of August. And I've already missed a day. Now, it was my phone's fault that I missed a day.
Wait, who hasn't missed a day?
He hasn't missed it.
That's right.
You were kicking my ass. So if you are not already subscribed, tune in. I did an 11 p.m. last night, late night with Lacey. And Cody's about to do some fun stuff he is the MBA Farmer. That's the name of his channel. So just wait. There's going to be some stuff that's going to be very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. If you're watching, again, if you're a realtor, please scan this code. Cody is amazing. He is my mentor. He's taught me a lot, and I know a lot of agents look up to him, including our group at Synergy. Do you want to talk about Synergy for a minute while I pull this out?
Yeah, so we call ourselves the Synergy community, and the really quick version of this is just that the entire purpose of that community is to provide agents the environment that they deserve to be successful, to be surrounded by other, really successful agents, people that are willing to pour into them, help them be better.
The way our industry should be.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's a very scary thing for a lot of agents. And the reality is that a lot of agents don't do a lot of transactions. And so they don't get a lot of practice at this. So when they do, they need some support. Yeah. And that's the idea for us to do there. Mm-hmm. And
we have like 140 agents or something in there.
Yeah, right around 140.
What's the real number? You know the number.
I know 138.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. I knew you knew the number. All right, I'm going to jump over to the comments. If you are here, guys, say hi. We would love it. If you're watching on replay, please say hi as well. We do look at the comments after the fact, and I would love to just stay in touch and see what you guys are wanting to know. All right, let's see here. Can I put this up? Dante says, hey. Raida says, hey. Mason, you showed up on time, my friend. You're showing up to a lot of these. I love that you're here. Thank you for being here. Look at this. Thank you so much, Bargainaholic. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for that support. That's amazing. Oops. What is he? Oh, where did it go? There it goes. It's always great to see you drop great content, Lacey. I'm loving this love. I'm not doing this on purpose or anything, I swear. All right, let me see if I can let me make this bigger. It's kind of giving me some trouble here. Okay. Oh, good. Here we go. LinkedIn user says, I was told by a good friend that don't buy until you're ready to be carried out of that house in a pine box. What's the average time a homeowner spends their time at a residence in Vegas before upgrading or moving? Amazing question. Do you know the answer?
The average?
Yes.
Well, I've always heard that it's 5 to 7 years.
I've heard it's less now, actually, that people, because of just the people wanting to move or the ability to move now and live, or sorry, work wherever you want. And also the idea of, like, I think FOMO plays into it a little bit. I've heard it's 3 to 5 years, but so we're about the same. So we're going to go 5 years. I think that's like right in the middle. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, probably about that.
Yeah.
The way I would answer this question directly is that, you know, I've actually had some clients who said, we want to just buy our forever home right from the beginning.
Yeah.
But that means you're probably going to be waiting until way deeper into your life than I think that you should wait.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no joke for me. My daughter is married, and her husband just finished his college, and they were going to rent something, and I was like, no, we got to figure out a way to get you into something that you own as soon as possible. And there's no way that was their forever house. It's just a townhouse,
Yeah.
you know. But I want them building equity as quickly as they can. So I don't know if that's the advice that I would be giving.
Yeah, I mean, there's everyone's got an uncle that's been a realtor. Everyone thinks because they watch the stock market or that they're really into finance that they know. And I encourage you to listen to whoever you trust, whoever your gut trusts. But at the end of the day, people like us who are in this business every single day, boots on the ground, and again, encouraging people, if it's not for you, don't buy. It's okay. I think there's a balance to that, and the fact that we're willing to give the advice that works for the client versus, you know, just getting everybody to slam them into houses, I think means a lot to me. And I know that that's the advice we're giving based off of that kind of, you know, I guess goal in mind.
I think the advice I'd give directly to clients is just that you should just at least see if you qualify.
That's what I say too.
See what the facts are,
Yep.
because lots of times people are saying, well, I probably don't qualify.
Yeah.
And they'd be surprised that, you know,
Yeah.
what their payment would be is less than what they thought it would be for that
Yep.
particular house.
Down payment's a big problem too. A lot of clients, well, I'm still saving. In fact, Mason was saying on the guy, where did he go? Mason, Adventures of Mason. I'm pretty sure it was you a couple of days ago. You were saying you were planning to buy by 2027. You're still saving to get a certain percentage down. And Amber Coleman was on live with me when we were saying, like, we would hope you wouldn't maybe think you'd have to wait. You know, you don't necessarily know what you might need to put down for you to feel comfortable with that payment. It's not 20%. It doesn't have to be 20%. So something to just keep in mind. Oh, I know I was going to sneeze. It's coming.
Oh, when it starts, it doesn't stop.
Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Oh no. It's going to happen. Okay. All right, I did it. I got through it. Anyway, so great. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, so just listen to who you're comfortable with and run the numbers. That's the biggest thing. You don't have to have a huge down payment. You almost sometimes don't. Oh, it's coming back. You don't have to have a down payment. You got to take over.
Okay. No, so there are some loans out there that don't require any down payment at all.
Thank you.
But what typically for FHA it's 3.5%.
Yes.
And then conventional used to be had to have 20% down
Yep.
for conventional. Then it went to 5, and now I'm hearing of some that are
3.
even 3,
Yeah.
which is lower than FHA.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing too is if you don't have any down payment, if you're a paycheck to paycheck kind of vibe, or you're a gig worker, there are loans for you now. There are things that we can do. There are free money programs. Like, so just run the numbers, at least do that. Great comment. Okay. Now I just sound all nasally because I have to go read us. I don't want to do it. Hi, David. Nice to see you guys. Oh my God. I look like a fool. We're going to wrap this up real quick. Doug said, I paid $214,000 in rent payments in the last 6 years. I could have almost paid off a house with that much. After I did that math, I got a hold of you and bought a house.
Oh, there we go.
He's your kind of guy right there. Thank you, Doug.
He should be sitting right here.
Here's Doug.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no, that's true.
Thank you.
$214,000 in rent payments. What was the interest rate on that?
Oh my God, I don't even want to know. The person who he was renting from was real happy with
Yeah,
him.
for sure.
We got a tip. Somebody, thank you, David. Gave us a $5 tip. We can go to.
Whoa.
Can we go to Starbucks with $5
Let's
still?
get smoothies.
Smoothie. Well, that's going to
It'll
go
get
towards
close.
smoothies. Thank you so much, you guys. That's awesome. Let's say Adventures of Mason. No lie, my dream was always to move to Vegas for many years, and I'm finally here. A lot of people don't know. People I know don't like Vegas much. And are they watching me? Because I'm pretty sure that if they watched me, that they would love Las Vegas. I love that you're here now, Mason, and welcome to Henderson. I know you're over here doing y'all thing. Okay, here's some other really good questions. I might step off camera to go blow my nose, so you guys don't have to hear that. I'm gonna let you go with this. Listen,
This is the ultimate bait and switch here.
I am so, no, it's not. This is the ultimate. You get out of here. You know what I deal with. Okay, this next one, outbid single moms. Would it make more sense to buy a house and rent it out to offset the mortgage and build capital and then just rent and not build wealth? or then just rent and not build wealth?
Okay, wait. So the question is,
Here, look at it here.
own a house.
Would it make more sense to buy a house and rent it out
to offset the mortgage and build capital, then just rent and not build wealth? I don't understand exactly, but I think the question is,
I'm gonna do it here.
I think the question is, own an investment property that you're building wealth in and then rent at
Still
the same
rent.
time.
Still rent. Yeah. That's the
So,
question.
I mean, that way you're a homeowner. That might, there's some scenarios where that might make sense to do.
Yeah.
But lots of times the best way to do it is to just be putting the money into the house that you're living in. The terms that you get when you put more money down or seem to be a little bit better. So you'll build that balance down.
Yeah.
You'll drive that balance down quicker. So probably that would be a better route to go.
You're looking at my nose. Do I have a booger? Because
No,
I was just
I'm looking
okay.
at your eyes.
The other thing too, so great question. Thank you. Yeah. So the other thing too is there are ways to own a home that you are renting to, like fourplexes, duplexes, things like that. They're not as common in Las Vegas, but there are ways to take advantage of a little bit of both of that scenario, if you will. You're not still renting, but you're kind of renting from yourself. So again, set up a call. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I leave my QR code off the screen for more than a second? Set up a call if you'd like to chat about it. If you are a buyer. Do we have any realtors in the audience today? We've got a really good crowd here. I would love to see where you guys are watching from, and also just what questions you have. We're going to move down here until I sneeze again. Here we go. Sue J says, hi, Lacey. Hey, Sue. Oh, I'm going to see Sue again soon. She's going to bring my sunglasses back because I left them with her. She said, are capital gains different for foreign investors? Lacey encouraged me to hang on to this property for now, the one that she's owning currently. Do you know about if capital gains are different for foreign?
Foreign investors have something called FIRPTA.
Mm-hmm.
I forget now what that acronym stands for.
I could look it up if you like.
It's a tax.
I forgot the FIRPTA. You're right.
On foreign nationals. And so I used to be really dialed in on this, and I don't have it at the top
foreign
of mind
investment in real property. You educate realtors. You should know that. We don't do a lot of that.
No,
foreign investment in real property.
The whole time, my whole career, I've only done 2 transactions that had FIRPTA involved.
Oh, wow.
And the escrow company handles it all. So
wow.
Yeah, I will get.
So are they different? Are capital gains different because of that?
So that is a very complicated question. It depends on a lot of circumstances. So I would say to ask a tax advisor about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Google will be your friend. Actually, just genuinely, because we're not really supposed to advise on that. But I can always advise that if you have property, I would encourage you to not sell it. Maybe figure out a way to make it work out to where you can keep it and own something different, which I think we've discussed. So, okay, moving on. You guys are awesome. And Mason, I told you he's watching from Henderson. Hey, Mason, welcome. Ed is watching from Bullhead. LinkedIn users watching from Seattle. What? I love that. Tomorrow, I'm actually interviewing a Seattle realtor. He's amazing. His name is Dan Blau on my live stream tomorrow. I think it's at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard. He's amazing. I love him. Actually, weird side note. He reached out to bring us a client who was one of his clients who was selling a home there and moving here.
Yep.
And when I met him, I realized that he's cousins with like my favorite DJ in the world. I was like, your last name is the same as like this famous DJ. He's like, yeah, that's my cousin. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, hey, hi. And so randomly he connected with me. So nice. I know celebrities kind of. Anyway, just kidding. Okay. Sin City Syndicate's here. Hello. Thank you for the ring as always. Appreciate it. Alan is here. Hello. Hey, Lacey and Cody, been in touch with Lewis, getting closer. Love to hear that. See, I love that you guys still watch the content, even though you're already in the process of buying with us. It really warms my heart that, we're still able to educate you along the way and that you trust us. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, here we go. We got a lot. How do you feel about the Water Street area to purchase a property? I know the homes are older there. Great question, actually. And are we having bad signal, guys, or is it just my computer? Let me know if we're sketchy. I love the Water Street area. The homes around Water Street are definitely a little bit older. It's like a vintage kind of vibe. I actually did a walk around on Water Street the other day and almost died in 111 heat, but I'm doing it for the live. I'm doing it for the channel. I love the area. I actually just recently moved to that kind of area, and if you just go a little bit further out, like maybe a mile or two out from the actual Water Street area, you can get some amazing, I guess just a lot for your money. I was gonna say amazing homes, a lot of land, RV parking, maybe no HOA, beautiful homes for a really, really good deal. What's your take?
Well, I just think that I don't know anybody who knows all those little gems, those little pockets, as well as you know them.
Honestly, well as I do.
You've shown me all these little places and said, hey, did you know that there's this little place? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do. But then
I'm gonna fix our Wi-Fi. Yes, go ahead. They said it is a little sketchy. I'm gonna fix our Wi-Fi real quick, guys. Hang tight. I'm afraid to move it. Actually, we're not going to fix it. I'm afraid to move it. We're using a new camera setup and I know I'm going to break it. So sorry if it's a little laggy. We're going to figure that out. We've had some Wi-Fi issues, but what do you think of this setup? Can we get a little, like a round of applause or a thumbs down if you don't like it? This is our first time being on camera. In studio next to each other. We're usually like split screen. Yeah. Anyway, I do love the area around Henderson, and I would love to help you learn more about it. And thank you for that compliment. I always give you a lot of crap because you were also raised here and grew up here and even grew up in Henderson. I know more about Henderson.
Well, it's so funny because sometimes the neighborhoods you're showing me are places where I used to ride my bike and shoot my BB gun.
Yeah, when there was no houses there.
Yeah, when there was none there. So.
Oh man, Joseph says I have two family home in New York City. Are there many types of homes like this in Vegas? They're called duplexes. And can I 1031 exchange to avoid capital gains? Great question. Vegas does have duplexes and fourplexes. Not a lot of them. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. And those that are here are mostly, they're not being sold. I mean, they're a great investment. It is something that we should talk about though, because there are some other ways to think about it and they don't have to be just a duplex to make that work. So just again, scan that QR code that I'm going to put right back up on the screen here if you want to talk more about it, and we can get a little deeper. I'm so like, I can't talk today.
We should do a live about 1031 for.
We should talk. Would you mind talking about it briefly? 1031.
Yeah. So a 1031 is that 1031 is the code in the tax code, and it's an exchange for what you're doing is you can exchange money out of one property into a like property. Mm-hmm. And you defer, you don't avoid. I love that he said avoid, because everybody would love to avoid. Tax avoidance is illegal. Tax deferment is legal. So you defer taxes till later. Yeah. And there's a lot of tax advantages that you can do with estate planning to where you actually do avoid, we don't use that word, but you actually do avoid paying the capital gains tax because your heirs get a step up in basis.
Do you guys see why I learned from this guy? Like, he's actually pretty awesome. If you are a realtor watching this is a QR code to get in touch with Cody to learn from him like I have. You teach tons of classes, over 100 hours a year, right? Of CE classes.
Yep. Free CE, 100 hours a year.
Free classes. So, and that's how we met. And it's, best decision ever. So thank you, my friend.
I just really want realtors to be able to get the support that they need. I feel bad that our industry sometimes has the reputation that it has. And so whatever I can do, my little part to helping any realtor across the country, anywhere, please scan the QR code. I'm happy to give you some of my time.
Across the world, even. We actually have realtors that across the world that we've
going to Mexico in November to see
a
bunch of the.
We've got Raida's watching from Los Angeles. Mark is watching from Kentucky. Hey, Ohio. Bradley, what part of Ohio are you? I'm planning on moving out there within the next year, but I'm definitely a luxury apartment guy. Bradley, love that you're a luxury apartment guy. What about a luxury condo guy? Apartments in Las Vegas are rent only, and they are owned by corporations. But there's some really great condos, high-rise condos even. So if you're looking for that, we can certainly help you. And again, you can investing in your future and still living in the place that you like to live. We got a lot of that option out here.
Yeah, when people say from other parts of the country, luxury apartment, the way that we say that here for some reason is high-rise condo.
Yeah.
But there's some really fantastic properties, and I've helped a lot of clients get into those, and they love the situation.
I love that. Oh, we got a good one. This one's a good one for you. Rod says, "Hi, Lacey. Thanks for reaching out today." Hi, you're welcome. If I'm recently retired and living off of a dividend portfolio, is it easy to qualify for a mortgage?
Yeah,
good question.
Yeah, this is a mortgage question, so I'm not supposed to answer it, but I do know that you can count dividend income in your income. If it's showing up on your tax return and you have that's regularly happening, then that's going to be, the lenders are going to be able to count that for you.
And so if you're a realtor watching, please remember that we're not supposed to be answering anything related. We're not lenders. We're not licensed to be mortgage officers or lenders, but we know enough to get ourselves almost in trouble. Not quite though. If that wasn't,
well, a lot of the classes I teach together with a lender, and I have absolutely peppered her with questions to know all about this.
I love it. David is a realtor in Omaha.
Nice.
David, and he's the one to give us a tip. Dude, we owe you a smoothie is what we do.
I think he was on another line.
He's on a lot actually. Okay, David's been great. Yeah. Thank you so much. Adventures of Mason, off topic question. Is there a park in Henderson? Yeah. What? Yeah. I only know about the Hawaiian barbecue spot on Stephanie Street next to the Ross so far. Mason, if you don't set up a phone call with me immediately, we're going to have a problem. Like, I mean, I'm not even kidding right now. Set up a call now. Let me give you the scoop, my friend. Yes, we have tons of parks. Henderson, we do have grass here. You know that, right? Like it's a real place to live. Las Vegas has all the creature comforts and amenities that most cities do. And Las Vegas and Henderson have their own parks and recs set up. Henderson's insane. There's right by where you live. There's like 7 of them, dude. Call me. Let's go. Let me talk to you. Thank you for asking though. Thank you for being vulnerable and letting me beat you up about it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. He's like, oh, off topic. I'm going to be vulnerable here. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know?
Last time I checked, parks are still real estate. So it's only a little
It's
bit
a little bit
off.
off topic. But listen, I have Las Vegas lifestyle as well,
Yes,
my
that's
friend.
true,
So
that's true.
this one is, oh, really? That's what a 1031 is about. Yeah, that's it. That's what it's about. We'd be happy to educate you more. And, you know, I don't know, just let us know. We are not 1031 exchange experts, but it is a big part of what we do. And we do not avoid taxes. We just defer. Are you leaving this live up, Lacey? Yes, I am. I'm leaving all of my live streams, stay up on the channel for rewatch. So yes, absolutely. Sometimes it takes a little while to process, but by tomorrow you should be able to see it, or even in a couple of hours. Lots of really great. Oh my God, you guys are awesome for all the participation. We've got some Bradley's in Cleveland. Condo is great too. That's right, Bradley. There's a boop, 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 boop. Just scan that. Here we go. Colorado. Dang, I love this. Everybody's from all over. Hey, Tracy and Raida. Yeah, you do. You need to set up that call. How are you going to forget when you're tuning into my lives? Do it right now. I'm gonna leave it up. Do it right now.
It takes like how long?
Do it right now.
2 minutes?
Do it right now. Yeah. Hey, don't talk crap.
Should we wait?
That's my friend Raida. Yeah.
Wait and see it come through the system.
I'm waiting for you to give me the. I'm gonna see the ping right now. You better make it happen. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. Whenever you're ready is when I want to chat with you. There's no pressure ever. I just the pressure is from me to you is just simply don't wait because you think it's a bother. The pressure is simply like get out of your head when it comes to bugging me or not being quite ready. I don't want you to be ready when you call me. I want to get you ready. So that's kind of the goal. Okay. One more question, and then we're going to run from here and finish up the rest of our night. Oh, Living in Las Vegas is a great podcast. Thank you so much for this. We really appreciate it. Again, guys, we're going live Monday through Friday, every Monday through Friday throughout the month of August. Cody has a channel, MBA Farmer. I think I can put it, just search MBA Farmer. I don't know if I have it on here or in the description of this video. There's also a link. Please be sure to subscribe to both of our channels, or if you're a realtor, if you're not, he's still a business coach. He does a lot of other stuff. And then if you are thinking about moving, please stay tuned. We've got a lot of really good stuff. Tomorrow, I'm talking to a Seattle realtor just about kind of the nuances between our 2 cities and relocation, and kind of debunking some myths about what the news is saying. And then Thursday, we're going to do something fun that he doesn't even know what we're doing yet. It's going to be fun. So hang tight. And then what are we doing Friday? Oh, Friday. Oh my God, you have to promote yours. Friday. If you're a Vegas fan, please give me a huge something like an emoji or something in the chat when I say this, if you're excited. Vital Vegas, Scott Robin is going to be sitting down with me right here, chatting it up and talking about what the hell's really going on in Las Vegas. Are we really dying on a slow, horrible withering away, or are we okay? Like what's happening? He's giving me his time. If you know anything about Scott Robin, he doesn't give a lot of people his time. So I feel super honored, but he's going to be here live with me on my channel. What do you have coming this week?
So Jake and I are not scheduled at the same time as you.
No, you're not.
Right? I do not want to be competing with that.
No.
So Friday is where I am interviewing Jake. He's the crypto guy.
Yeah.
I got talking with him a little bit about blockchain technology, and he was saying some very bold statements, predictions about the future of blockchain.
Be prepared for that.
And so I'm actually not going to prepare at all for Friday.
No, I meant you should be prepared.
No, I'm just saying I'm going to just have like nothing ready. I'm just going to have a conversation with him about that and debate it with him a little bit. But blockchain technology is probably going to impact anything that's a transaction, and real estate's obviously a transaction. So
right.
Hey, that last comment.
Right.
That's a synergy. That's a synergy agent.
Oh,
Yeah.
The one who? Where?
Yeah. I think it was living in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. He looks like, I was saying, he looks like a very professional person. So
yeah.
I just saw ping from Raida, which means I think I
Nice.
might have an appointment set up. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. I'm sorry I had to yell at you, but I won't yell on the phone. I'm excited for this blockchain conversation. A lot of people have no idea what crypto or blockchain is.
Yep.
I'm stoked that Jake is so kind to be able to come online. Be prepared. He talks fast. He's got a lot of information, and he gets really technical. So you're going to have to do to him what I did to you. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to bullet that.
Pull that guy out of the weeds a little bit.
But he's so smart, and this is a very real thing in our world right now. Okay, let me do. Oh my God, you guys are dumping in a bunch more stuff. So let me do 1 or 2 more here. You guys are amazing. I'm so happy that you all joined us today. I hope this was awesome. Do me a favor, give me thumbs up if this was good information and if you're enjoying these live streams. I was a little nervous about overwhelming the audience on the channel by going live every day, but I think it's been going pretty well.
Yeah.
And you can just give me a thumbs down if not, because if not, then I get to not do it, and he still has to. So,
oh, is that how it works?
I think the last one was, oh my gosh, I had it and it was gone. Oh, Basin said I'm a rock star. I just had to throw that up there to give myself a moment. No, I'm just, okay, that's it. Oh, he's subscribed to you too. There's a little moment for you as well.
There,
Look at
thank you.
This is very nice. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, rewind to the beginning. Lots of really great information about renting versus buying. Whether you're a realtor or you're somebody who's considering being a client of ours or mine or his, we really want you all to know these are the conversations we have with and without our clients. We want everyone having the same information, and just know that there's no secret society of how do we take advantage of people when it comes to real estate. We want everybody to have the right information and get value. We've got some amazing stuff happening this week and every Monday through Friday for the rest of the month. Stay tuned to both of our channels. We're going to be having a lot of fun. I'm going to give you another shout out. If you are thinking about becoming a realtor, or you are a realtor anywhere in the world, this is your man. Please scan that QR code. Let him help you. Let him guide you. Let him just give you the scoop on what you should be really doing with your business. Because he did that with me. And look how dope I am. I mean, this is just the bottom line. And I did that with him. And look how dope he is.
Did we get to hear all that you say to clients?
I did. I went through it.
Okay,
I said it's
sure
funny
there wasn't anything else still in there.
Well, it's a very nuanced conversation.
Yes,
so once I give the whole scoop of like, we're going to guide you, come in and let me give you tools to help you discover the city. Let me tell you the costs of waiting. So I pull up the $24,000 mistake conversation. Beyond that, it's just what else is holding you back, you know? And then that's a nuanced, very one-on-one conversation. And a lot of it is just not knowing Vegas. And if there are people who are in Vegas who are already still renting, it's often, I don't have a down payment. I'm concerned that I can't afford it. Rates are too high. My uncle who did real estate 75 years ago told me that rates are too high and I should wait. Whatever, right? So it becomes a very nuanced kind of one-to-one thing, but there's no made up answer to any of that. It's just, if it's right for them, then you'll have the right answer. And if it's not, then stay in touch as a realtor and stay in touch.
Well, and at least just have a game plan, right? Replace the I can't with this is how I could. And then you know what target you're shooting at. It's way easier to hit a target that you know what you're shooting at.
The one that I forgot to mention was a lot of people assume that if they go run the numbers with a mortgage with a lender, that they're going to ding their credit and all this other stuff. They don't have to pull your credit in that way to where it dings your credit and causes an issue with the number. It actually is really cool the way that a lot of the lenders look at some things before they have to actually impede upon your situation. So just an easy phone call is sometimes what it would take to maybe just get you right about what to look at and what to make your decision based on.
I'm going to be live next week. One of my live streams is going to be with a credit repair guy.
Oh yeah.
And he's actually going to completely shatter that myth.
Oh wait, we're doing that on this channel too, right?
I think that's what we're doing together.
We're doing that one together. Well, I'm going to make you do it with me because if you're thinking about fixing your credit, this is, I think, a good dude to talk about.
Yeah. Right? Well, and this whole idea of that if the mortgage company runs your credit, it actually won't hurt your credit. If it has to be done a certain way, but he's going to explain how that works. And it was eye-opening to me the first time I heard it.
Ooh, doggy. I'm excited. Okay, guys, we're going to go. If you are watching this on replay, thank you for tuning in. And for those of you, thank you for the tip. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. This is awesome. I'm just having a good time with this. We're doing good. I have one to make up for that I didn't do last week. I'm going to kick his butt. I might do extra live streams to make sure that I win. Anyway,
I'm not going to miss any of mine. I'll tell you that.
Listen, if your phone broke on you, you would miss it too. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, thanks guys. We'll talk to you soon. And this has been fun. What do you think?
Yeah.
High five, dude. Another one bites the dust. Bye.